You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
But now, let's move on. Because we need to talk about Dr. Dre. You may be thinking, Dr. Dre on the sports stream? Well, if you guys remember, Dr. Dre is going to be, he's supposed to be the halftime performer at the Super Bowl. But however, we talked about it yesterday. The NFL has a contingency plan in place for the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl is in the People's Republic of California. And Dr. Dre has a whole lot to lose if his halftime performance does not take place. Check this out. Dr. Dre, millions on the line if COVID torpedoes Super Bowl halftime show. Why should it even stop? Why? It shouldn't stop, okay? The halftime performance should actually go on. But let's see. The Super Bowl halftime show promises to be one of the most spectacular yet, thanks to Dr. Dre, but the stakes are high because if COVID somehow kills the show, Dre could lose millions. As we reported, the show will be filled with huge stars, including Eminem, Snoop, Kendrick Lamar, and Mary J. Blige. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Dre is fronting most of the money necessary to pull off the event, and we're told it's in the millions of dollars.
I'm sure.
Well, and we know that Dr. Dre's a billionaire, man, but when you fronting your own money, yeah, you got a lot to lose. Our sources say Dre has event cancellation insurance to cover any calamity that might derail the halftime show. Problem is, we're told there's no exclusion for COVID.
Or there is an exclusion for COVID. Yeah.
Oh, that there is an exclusion. Okay, there is an exclusion for COVID. Okay. We've learned the pesky provision is called a communicable disease exemption, and it's been around for years, ever since SARS. But COVID is part of communicable disease exemption, and I just lost my... There we go.
I thought you lost your internet for a minute.
My internet's good, man. I don't know what happened right there. Let me get back to it, okay?
Scroll up just a hair.
Where was that? Oh, okay. All right. It says, but COVID is part of the communicable disease exemption, which means the insurance policy will not cover Dre's losses if the show is 86. So that's the kicker right there. That's the kicker right there. So won't cover his losses. So the money he had already put in. Wow. The high likelihood is the show will go on as planned. Are we sure about that? In California? In California? Really? Nah.
That's a false statement, TMZ.
Yeah. There's cautious optimism. Omicron will peak later this month, and the Super Bowl is set for February 13th. We don't know that for sure.
Now, they did get lucky. The Super Bowl was a week later this year because they added a week to the season.
Right.
So that is lucky, but we are dealing with a very, very blue leadership California right now.
True.
And nothing would lead Gavin Newsom to look more brave, stunning, and courageous by the likes of CNN and MSNBC than to whack the Super Bowl out of his state because he's so concerned about the people of his state.
And you remember, Mike Florio had already called for the NBA and the NFL to postpone games.
Oh,
and you know, he's a big time Corona bro.
Yeah, big time.
It says even if there's an explosion of cases and the crowds are either scaled back or even eliminated, the game will go on, similar to how it went down last year in the throes of the pandemic. But the difference is they already knew it was going to be like that. In this case, they're expecting, full house and for the game to actually be in LA. The other possibility, the NFL has made it clear they want fans in the stands. And if that can happen at LA's SoFi Stadium, the game could be moved to, say, Dallas. it's still risky without insurance, but since Dre has either reached or is close to billionaire status, let's just say it's manageable. Now, thing about Dre is, let's be clear about this. Dr. Dre doesn't have $1 billion in cash. He has like his net worth is $1 billion.
No.
I don't know how much he has in cash.
Right.
Ain't
right.
$1 billion in cash. He may have $10 million in cash. I don't know.
And
So-
he also went through a very, very costly
Yes.
divorce. Not all that long ago.
His wife walked away with $100 million.
A lot. Yeah.
It was
a lot.
$100 million, something like that. Yeah. So, man, Dr. Dre, man, he about to be getting on his knees praying that this game. Now, if the game is actually moved to Dallas, couldn't a halftime show just move too? But I guess, the thing is, though, it's not gonna cover the losses he already put in. So now he would actually have to put more money into Dallas then if it goes there. I'm not exactly sure.
Here's something I wonder. Could he not move the halftime show off site somewhere, and at least they could still hold the integrity of it for the sake of television? Couldn't he do that? Where they literally just cut away and he's in some arena somewhere else like Dallas, and they could still put on the show, and all they'd have to do is, in fact, in order to protect some of his investment, open up a 20,000 seat arena in Dallas and sell tickets to it and let them in for the halftime show. They could do that.
But I don't think the NFL wants that. I think they want the show in the stadium.
It would, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the NFL would be like, oh, crap, but for the sake of the television product, I mean, they might not be able to get quite elaborate, but they can still put on the concert. Why not move the halftime show to Dallas?
Yeah. And
I gotta admit, I'm looking forward to this halftime show for the first time in years.
But the only reason why they got them is because they're LA based. Now, Dr. Dre is popular everywhere, but Dr. Dre is not he's not a Texan. Now, DOC is from Dallas.
You know about some DOC? What's happening here? Newsflash: John Matrix knows about DOC.
We're from the same era, man. We're from the same era.
What is happening here? Now you're talking about my jams from coming up in the day. DOC, yeah,
man.
The Dog Pound, Corrupt, yeah. Nate Dogg, come on.
The Chronic is the greatest rap album ever, man.
It is legendary. I mean, legendary.
No doubt about it. But we'll see what happens with Dr. Dre, man. I mean, that's a lot of money. He already put in millions up front. That's risky, man, considering, he's in California.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.